Welcome to the channel where I make your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now today's video is all about what? About how close that you are about to get migrate. Now I receive a lot of query, questions, email, comment. Basically, all the skilled migrants or potential skilled migrants, what they want to know is how close they are about to be able to be selected, invited, and in order to become a migrant and skilled migrant, getting a permanent residency or perhaps a visa connected to their permanent residency and residency status in Australia. So that's a big question, but it's actually very hard to answer this. Now I'm gonna share with you how we as the visa consultant and specialist can actually identify a potential skilled migrant. Obviously, we get asked hundreds and thousands every month or every week. So how do we filter? How do we sort it out and pick the best client who is able to migrate and then consult with them? So in this video, I'm gonna teach you the main thing, how we're gonna find this out. Now, as you are interested about migrating to Australia, what should you do? Now, a lot of people will actually get themselves into this skill migration points table. So this points table is it serves as a guideline in order to actually see whether or not you meet the criteria. It provides you all the basic points that you can actually earn based on your age, your English proficiency, employment, and what else? Education qualifications. Are you in a specialized education qualifications? That's based on whether or not you're in research or PhD in those technical and scientific knowledge. Have you studied in Australia previously? And have you done professional year? And are you able to translate and have that credential community language in your the language that you're speaking back home and translate it into English? And have you studied in regional Australia? And finally, last but not least, whether or not you got a partner and what criteria your partner actually meet those requirements. So these are the basic that you may want to know, and you may search a lot of information. You found out, wow, okay, as long as you get that basic standard 65 points, you actually meet the requirement. No, that's not quite true. Now, the system of Australian skill migration, you might if you have subscribed to my channel long enough, you may know it's invitation based, meaning that even if you meet the minimum requirement, you'll not be able to send and apply or lodge or submit any application at all. You need to put in that expression of interest in a pool, which the pool consists every person who are interested in migrating to Australia, and they put all their profile into the pool. So it acts like you're going for a job interview. The position there's only 3 positions, and there are 100 people waiting outside to be interviewed, and you're required to win that position within that. What you wish to become that one of that 3 being nominated, being invited in that position. So that's the system. That means you're literally putting yourself in competition with that 100 people. So in an invitation based migration system, you are literally competing with everyone around the world who had put expression interest into that pool there. And again, and that makes it very, very hard. You need to be able in the industry long enough with all the experiences and with information enough to actually depict whether or not this client, this person will have a better potential, will have better percentage ratio to actually get invited. And that's the reason why for all this channel, I frequently periodically I'll update some of the skill migration points which they have released from Freedom of Information. What are the points for mechanics, what are the points for accounting and things like that. So these transparency will be able to allow more judgment on your skill migration and how close that you're able to migrate to Australia. Last but not least, I wanted to share with you on this one is the skill assessment. Now, a lot of people ask me whether or not they can migrate, and my first question always going back to them is, well, have you done your skill assessment? Now, because skill assessment is the entry ticket. If you haven't done your skill assessment and you do not get a positive result on your skill assessment, that means you're not even able to enter into that competition, that pool of competition. So make sure you have your skill assessment done, and that's extremely vital. And the next one you wanted to see, which is open information that you can access with, is you basically search on Home Affairs and you put in skill select. Where is the skill select? It's over here on the left hand side of the what you're seeing here, skill select there. You'll find yourself in this page. Now what you need to do is you click on the invitation round, which I'm actually showing you at this point of time, and if you scroll down, they will tell you, see, the most updated on the 21st of January 2022. Now, the reason why they haven't updated because they have put a pause on every single skill migration process. First of all, is they run out of the quota, and also there's an election coming up, and it's about time to renew within the new financial year for on 1st of July. So you can see here they only nominate a limited number, only 200 from 189, 200 for 491, and they will tell you what are the likely points for you in order to meet those requirements. So 491, as you can see, as agriculture consultants, the average points 80 points, and it's not available for 189. So you can see those points and allow you to know what is the trend here. So again, this will come back to you and say, look, whether or not you're meeting a 65 points base point, are you enough to actually meet these threshold? The answer here is, oh, possibly no, because look at this. This is all 80, 90, 80, 90. Obviously, there are a lot more information in regards to other state sponsor. But I think, personally, I think this will serve as a direction and navigation on the average points being invited and being nominated. So if you don't get those kind of points, if you only got 65, well, that's very low. You really need to get higher. And how do you get higher points? You come back to this points table and start looking at this. Now, once you do this, you got your skill assessment done. Now the key point here is, now how do I know if I'm 65 or 70 or 75? How do I know how much more I need? The next question after you got your entry ticket on skill assessment is, how well have you done your English proficiency test? Now, a lot of people just come to me and say, look, I already got passed. I got competent English. I'm able to actually go into and put my EOI into the Australian skill select system. Well, great. Yes, you can. There's no doubt you cannot do it. You can, obviously you can do it. But 65 points, if we refer back to what we just saw with 80 and 90, that's not enough. How do you get more points? Let's go back to the point test table. The best way that you can do it by yourself or with a lot of online teaching materials that you can access with is get your English higher. Now, I've certainly seen a lot of people with competent English, and they basically in the EOI pool waiting. My suggestion is, at least you need to get out 7, so you get that 10 points. So 65 becomes 75. You see, you get more chances there. Okay, you're close to 80. And the best is superior English. Now, here I need to be very frank with you. If you want to skill migrate to Australia, I have not seen anyone reaching superior English with that 20-point mark and not being able to be invited, nominated, and become a permanent resident of Australia. So this is a key of success. Obviously, there's other way to accrue more points, but see, if you want to go to the employment route, well, you gotta wait, because you work for 1 year, you get 5 points. You need to work for 3 years. You need to wait for 3 years. But if you can spend 3 months improving your English, why not wait 3 years working with accruing your skill employment? And some people may say, oh, look, let's study more. Yes, but studying more bachelor or master or PhD, that's going to take years and years. And plus, everybody can go a credential community language, but that's only 5 points. That does not make much of differences. The differences can be made here is the English language skills, and that is where that you can put more effort within short term and time. If you can get yourself a proficient or even superior English, that is the way to success, and that is how you can get much closer to skill migrate to Australia. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. I'll see you next video. Goodbye.